Are we going to start with the Amiibo talk on that note?
I guess we can. Yeah. Let's start with the Mewtwo Amiibo.
Seeing as the toys seem to be the way we're starting this.
Might as well.
Which that's going to get me into one of the biggest rants I have about Nintendo right now, period.
Amiibos.
Oh, God. It's the worst.
They're dumb.
What, they're Skyrander all over again?
No, not that. It's just like the ones I can't find any of them. They're so difficult to find.
All right. So here's my take on the Mewtwo Amiibo. There's nothing with an actual core Pokemon series that an Amiibo is going to help out with. All right, so we've got the new 3DS, which, again, this goes back to my discussion about the fact that the DSi was a little better with Pokemon Black and White than the DS Lite was, okay? Since we've got the ability to use Amiibos on a new 3DS, even a used new 3DS, I don't see the point for a Pokemon fan. You know, it should be something, and I guess that goes back to Pikachu too. If you've got a Pokemon Amiibo, there should be some utility for the Pokemon games. Maybe even if it was something relegated down to like the Surfing Pikachu minigame from Pokemon Yellow.
I mean, part of the thrill for Amiibos for most of the people who actually buy them, I feel like most people who buy Amiibos aren't even using them in the games.
Correct.
They're just basically collecting them because they're cool and they look good sitting up on your shelf.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, not only that, you could also put them on top of the thing in the package though.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you could
They're
legitimately.
candles.
Can you actually use it? Because I thought they had
No.
like a strip on the bottom.
Yeah. There's like a
You can't use it.
There's an aluminum strip that interferes with the NFC while it's still in the box.
Oh, so it's not like Skylanders where you can't do that?
Yeah, you can't use them while they're still in the box.
That's gay.
Now, the coolest thing that I've seen about Amiibos was apparently you could use, I think it was Metroid, in a Russian subway system.
Yeah.
And get in for free.
Yeah. I think you had to break it. Because I think I remember seeing that video, and it started off by like rejecting it, and then the whole thing kind of just like shut down, and then came immediately back on and just opened up.
Now, I don't know. So, I don't know how to feel about Amiibos. First of all, I don't have a new 3DS. Second of all, I don't have a Wii U, so I have no utility for these. But outside of that,
let me be completely honest with you. People that have new 3DSs and Wii U's do not have utilities for Amiibos.
I mean,
they are the dumbest, coolest thing Nintendo has ever done.
So, during the last break, I got up and went and grabbed something from my shelf over there, and I was grabbing these. So I currently have 4 Amiibos.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are ones that I actually would like to have.
Right.
But it's like ones that I think are cool, so I keep them anyway.
Yeah.
So, and it's like I keep telling myself that I'm going to scan these into Smash Brothers and then train them up, but
Nope.
I haven't even done that yet. And I've had 2 of them for about 4 months, and the other 2 I've had for about a week now.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm not scanning them in. I'm just collecting them at this point.
So if there was some implementation with, let's say, Pokemon Z, okay, because as far as I know, there's no implementation in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. There's no implementation in X and Y. What do you think is reasonable enough? Because I don't agree with the fact that they've locked off a few things like
Basically,
I think there's a Yoshi something or other that they locked off a couple of levels that you couldn't access without buying one of the toys, right? Yeah. What do you feel would be fair as far as putting into the game having an added benefit?
Replacing event those little event cards that you get from GameStop,
Mm-hmm.
replacing those with amiibos.
Okay.
That's
So something like a mystery gift or just event Pokemon?
Yeah. So basically, have a separate Pokemon series of
Mhm.
amiibos. Like
Mhm.
you can, and then try your hardest, but don't like kill yourselves in trying to match them up with the Smash roster.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so just release a series of Pokemon amiibos, and then when you scan it in, you get a special. Like if you scan in the Pikachu one, then you get Surf, Fly, Dig, whatever Pikachu, whatever special Pikachu that you can't get normally.
Yeah.
And then like for Mewtwo, you get a special event Mewtwo, and then it's like just like throw the fans throw the competitive fans a bone. Make these event ones 6 IVs,
Yeah.
and then have them like have it like switch off between typical natures that the competitive community would like.
Okay. Ludi, what do you think?
I don't know, honestly. It's kind of a tough question as to. I don't think that they should create a whole Pokemon series of amiibos. I feel like that's overkill.
Yeah.
But I feel like definitely there should be some sort of use for the amiibos in the Pokemon games. Like, maybe let's say you buy a Mewtwo amiibo, you scan it in, and you can encounter, like maybe a cave opens up or something where you can encounter a Mewtwo and you have a better chance of getting better IVs, a better nature, something. Just something is all I ask for. I
And
don't care what it is, just something.
and another thing, if we can go back to character customization, it'd be cool if the non-Pokemon amiibos you could scan in and get like special clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Customization.
cool.
Basically,
That's a cool
what
idea.
what they did with what they're going, what they've done, and what they're
Mhm.
going to do since we're all Americans. What they're going to do with Yoshi's Woolly World,
Mhm.
where it's like every single Smash amiibo you can scan in, and then your Yoshi will transform into that character basically.
Right.
And Mario
Which-
Kart 8 too.
Which that kind of brings me to a fun little side topic that I've been thinking about lately.
Mhm.
So in like Smash tournaments, every once in a while they'll do like an amiibo side event. I'm
Mhm.
planning on getting all 3 Yoshi Yarn amiibos, scanning them into Smash, training them up to level 50, and
Yeah.
naming them after 3 of the 4 raptors from Jurassic World, and then I will play as the 4th one.
No, you gotta get 3. Yeah, you gotta get. Wait, there were only 3 Raptors, right? No, there
No,
were
there
4.
there was 4.
Okay,
It was
so you gotta do 8-player Smash. You gotta get
Yeah.
4 Yoshi Yarn amiibos, and then you have to play as me Brawler Chris Pratt.
But that's the thing. That's the thing is that there would be 5 players. So it's like
8-player Smash.
and it would, yeah. But then if it's an actual event at a tourney, it'd have to be 4v4.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking, you put the 3 Yarn amiibos, you play as the 4th Yoshi, and then you as the human playing it are Chris Pratt.
Okay, whatever.
I really. So here's my problem with this. Okay, I really think that the people that buy these things should have a little bit more than just collector's value.
Yes.
Because I think that the collector's value of amiibos is artificial. I think it's kind of like Beanie Babies in the fact that everybody's collecting them thinking that they're going to be valuable someday, but Nintendo's making them rare for no reason.
The thing about amiibos is that, yeah, they're valuable right now. That's the thing.
It's like,
If
But
you have
they're,
a rare
like-
amiibo, you can sell it for like $50.
But there's certain, I don't know. I'm really
let's just-
annoyed with the fact that there is that artificial rarity
I
where they're restricting
It's not.
certain things. So if I wanted to buy, let's just say that Mewtwo unlocks, and forgetting that Mewtwo, let's say that Mewtwo unlocks Mew, right? Mew is unavailable in Gen 6 as of yet. So now the only way that I can get Mew is by having a Mewtwo amiibo. But if they restrict Mewtwo to this ultra rarity, then I now have to go online, pay a scalper for $60, $70, whatever Mewtwo ends up
I
being.
mean, let's let's say I'm on Amazon right now on their Amiibo page.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just kind of just like go through. I'm just gonna go through some of the rarer Amiibos, ones that you can't find at Best Buy, uh, all these places that you would typically go to find them. So we got Captain Falcon. He's selling for $40.
Okay.
We have Charizard, 25. Dark Pit is unavailable, which he just came out as a Best Buy exclusive. That's another thing. Exclusives are dumb.
Yeah.
Exclusives are just promoting that rarity factor.
Right.
We've got Fox. Fox was part of the very first wave, so he's dropped down to about the same price as you'd find him in store. And then skipping along, what other ones are? Pretty much all the Fire Emblem characters are extremely difficult. $22 for Marth. He was also part of the very first Amiibo shipment. 35 for Lucina.
And how much do these start out as? Were these like $10 or 15?
These are
$13.
$13.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the Amazon page that I just pulled up.
And then there is GameStop exclusive Shulk, who's selling for $39. And that's the thing, is that none of these Amiibos are actually being sold by Amazon. They're being sold through sellers through Amazon.
Right.
Right.
Which is why they're so expensive, because Amazon is not allowed to actually sell them above $13.
And that, the only one that I can find, Japan import Bowser Amiibo for $12.94. That's the cheapest one I found so far.
Yeah. Which
I
Bowser
mean, even Jigglypuff is $16.
all of the ones that will say the same price as you can find it in store, that's because you can find it in store.
Right.
Bowser is one of the ones that you can easily find.
Yeah.
So looking at this, as a fairness standpoint, like I think we all kind of agree that yes, for the people that actually decide that they want to buy an Amiibo, there should be an added bonus. Whether it's just a mystery gift type of deal, whether it's an event Pokemon type of deal, there should be some added benefit. But the super rarity of these things kind of makes it difficult. I would like to see the reintroduction of a mini game, kind of like Surfing Pikachu. I thought Surfing Pikachu was fantastic. You know, if you didn't get Surfing Pikachu, there was no benefit to having the Surfing Pikachu minigame. You didn't get anything out of it other than the fact that it was a neat minigame. You know, so you're not limiting anything in the fact that you're not gaining or losing anything by not having it, but it's just a cool kind of thing to have. Like, there's no Pokemon lost by not going there. And so I kind of agree with the event Pokemon idea. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think if you had Mewtwo, then having, even if you just had, okay, you can battle Mew now, and you can get it, I'm okay with that.
But
Because
for
that's been a
$12,
thing.
like, you may as well freaking just get an action replay or whatever the hell it's called, power save. Seriously, drop $8 more and you get whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
Like, for most of this crap, to me, it's a worthless novelty to have.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's the thing, is like, these are supposed to be catered towards a younger audience, people who
Right.
don't really.
Yeah, it is.
It's supposed to be marketed towards the innocence that kind of doesn't want to cheat their way
Right.
through everything.
Right.
Like, honestly, for people like us, cheating is really the only way we can get by in the legitimate game, because, well, actually, that's not true, because Gen 6.
Right, Gen 6 unlocked a lot of things, but
it's still very inefficient compared to save stating and action replaying and Pokegening.
No,
Which-
like, for me, like, I have no problem with, like, breeding my own stuff for, like when I'm going to tournaments and stuff. But, like, if I'm playing on Wi-Fi, I'd rather just go ahead and just be like, hey, Dodge, let me get that, docile Thundurus that you have, and I'll just make it to what I need it to, and then I could always go to the forums and just trade for one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
it's not the biggest deal to me, because when it comes down to it, Is it cheating? Yes, on Wi-Fi. Does Wi-Fi really count in my world? No, at least not in my book.
Right.
Because real things, the face-to-face things, kind of like when y'all go to like Smash tournaments, that's the real thing. It's not like when you play on Wi-Fi, it's a bunch of bull.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So the whole,
I think that all of us here kind of have a similar mindset, and I just want to spell this out for anybody listening, that we are all of the same mindset, that as long as you are creating a Pokemon that would be
Is
reasonable to attain, you know, if you are battling me with a 6IV Mewtwo with 252 in HP, 252 in attack, 252 in defense, 252 in special defense, and everything like that, right? Like those aren't reasonable. But if you are using an action replay to, let's say, you weren't paying attention and you caught a Thundurus that was adamant, and you're like, you know what, adamant Thundurus doesn't do me any good. Well, now you've already saved the game, so you can't go back and fix it, but you didn't know previously. So at that point, you just take it, change the nature. I don't think anybody here has an issue with that. And I don't think you should, because I think that having the ability to, okay, yes, granted, one Landorus in the game makes it so that Landorus is supposed to be rare. But on a competitive standpoint, it makes it really inconvenient for me to only have one and have to make that decision ahead of time, regardless of shifting metas, that, okay, I want to have only a naive Landorus. I want to have only an adamant Landorus. And I think that all of us are completely okay with cloning, changing certain IVs. Obviously, 6IV, maybe people could have an argument that 6IV is a little far, but editing IVs so that if you've got, you just accidentally hatch a shiny Aegislash. If you make that a 5IV Aegislash just so that it's shiny too, I'm not going to have a problem with that. And I don't think anybody else will, because then at that point you're just editing a visual thing to make it competitively viable. So, but I just wanted to put that out there, that we're not condoning cheating in the fact that we want to have, 1,000 EVs trained into things, but
a sturdy Shedinja that is
yeah,
Ghost Dark type.
Yeah, a sturdy
in
sturdy
singles,
Kieran.
for just singles, yeah.
Yeah, like that's not what we're condoning here. But if it's something that could legally be obtained, then all of us are completely okay with that.
And I actually, to go even like one step further, I support the use of things like Power Save to take a Pokemon to their max potential.
Mm-hmm.
But anything like cheating, obviously, anything that is completely impossible in the game, like I'm against it, and that meaning for any Pokemon. But say you have a Raikou, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you want a timid Raikou that knows Aura Sphere. Now,
Right.
technically, that's an illegal set because it is impossible. Because Aura Sphere Raikou is an event Raikou and can only have a rash nature, I believe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I completely support, as long as the game allows it, because sometimes the game doesn't allow these things.
Mhm.
Like I've tried to go online before with like a timid Raikou that knew Aura Sphere, and the game's like, no, you can't do that. That's not a thing that can exist.
Dirty
But
cheater.
but if it were, I would completely support like having a timid Raikou with Aura Sphere, because that's taking the Pokemon to its max potential in a reasonable way.
Mm-hmm.
But like
That
I
kinda-
feel that like the singles format, that's fine, because like you could. No, you can't even do that on Showdown. It has to be the event one.
Yeah, you can't.
But I'm saying like for like VGC, I get it. You know what I mean? Because that's like the official thing of Nintendo and Pokemon or whatever.
Right.
Right.
I'm okay with it, because like I get like no one wants to run extra sensory Suicune. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I feel like
What do you mean? You don't like extrasensory? That's not. What are you saying
Hey
here?
man, extrasensory used to be a good move on Greninja.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So did
Or
Oh,
Mega
man.
Venusaur.
So did Spikes.
Oh, I can't believe back in.
Okay, but this kind of brings me back to the what we were talking about earlier about the changes that they need to make to Pokemon Z to
Mhm.
kind of. I know they're never going to do this, but it would just be a great idea for them to just give us back our our free genning methods.
Are you talking like?
I'm talking like our the SD card save feature
Mm-hmm.
and the PK hex the QR code reader methods for genning Pokemon.
But
Because
how can you as Nintendo
exactly
justify that?
Exactly, which is why I said I know that they would never be able to do it.
Right.
But it's at the point where Nintendo knows that people are going to their official turn because they're basically turning a blind eye to it at this
Right.
point already.
I mean,
they know that Aaron Zhang, Cybertron, all these like big names.
Yeah.
I don't really follow the VGC community, but the top players at the VGC tournaments,
Mm-hmm.
they know that they're using
Yeah. And
technically illegal Pokemon. They didn't actually get them in the game,
right.
but it's like
Well, there's some. You also got to see it. Like I could. I'm just gonna say this. Like not trying to be a douche about it, but like, at least that dude. Like you see him on Twitter, be like, "Yo, I need this Pokemon." Somebody gives it to me, and it's like swarms of people are just like, "Here, take my." You know what I mean?
But it's
Like that. That's different. Like I think it's like maybe those aren't necessarily, but like I feel like there's some dudes that are like legit with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
and it's like Game Freak. I'm pretty sure Game Freak purposely programs their games with to be easy to get around their security, to get these quote unquote illegal Pokemon into their games,
Yeah.
because they know that they need these players for publicity reasons. To get these tournaments more publicity, they need these illegal Pokemon in here.
Yeah. And I mean,
you always go so fucking deep, man. Your theories always go so deep.
That's just a game. That's just a theory.
you know, and
Uh-huh.
even back in Gen
Games.
5, in Gen
Shut up.
5, even if you didn't hack in Pokemon, there were still RNG manipulations that you could manipulate the RNG to get you the IVs that you wanted. And the top level players, and I think Gen 6 is a little bit of an extreme example because we can get 3 and 4 IV legendaries, where if I've got like the Raikou that I soft reset for, I've got a modified Raikou and I've got a soft reset Raikou, and both of them have identical IVs just by the luck of the draw. Like,
Mhm.
the attack stat might be different on them, but I ended up getting really lucky and got 2 30s in the not 31s. But if you go back to something like Gen 5, where the best that you could get was a 2 IV through breeding, honestly, I think it made a bigger difference then. But even then, it's like there was still RNG manipulation going on at the top level that you were basically breaking the game. You weren't using a cheat device, but you were breaking the game in order to keep yourself competitively relevant.
And that kind of goes back to like if somebody walks in to a tournament and they're running a team of all legends,
Mhm.
and all these legends are by definition of the game standards perfect,
Mm-hmm.
they can the tournament advisor could basically go up and call out every single person who's using legendary for
Yeah.
hacking their Pokemon, and 99% of the time they'd be completely correct about it. But
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
the thing is, they do the hack check for Pokemon in the
yeah,
tournament.
it's a hack check. So they check to make sure that the Pokemon are reasonable within the bounds of the game.
Right.
But
No, all they
but
do
they-
is make you log on to the internet.
yeah,
That's all
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
yeah, which that internet check checks to make sure that the Pokemon are reasonable within the confines of the game.
Right.
Yeah, well, like dude in it was the UK that he got what was it? It was like no, it was actually the U.S. Nationals day 2. He got kicked out for having a level 50 Volcarona.
What?
And over to you, yeah.
That's a noob move. But it's like
Damn.
yeah, but it's like these TOs could.
Oh, and a level 50 High Dragon in UK.
At that point, you just don't really deserve it. If
Yeah.
you're making that kind of mistake, you don't really deserve to be there.
That's
Yeah,
so
but you're in
funny.
day 2 though. Yeah, I mean at that point it's like
Yeah. But it's seriously, so it's kind of like, I feel like a Game Freak kind of just plays the you can never be sure card with their security checks.
Yeah.
Because it's like these TOs could basically call out all these people who use legendaries in tournament, and they'd be right most of the time. But
Now,
then,
I want to backpedal here because it seems like we've gone off topic
yeah,
from Amiibos, but just to bring it up to speed with everybody else, this is on Pokemon's official website, Pokemon-GL.com, and it says important notice regarding actions taken toward players using unauthorized game data in online play. Comes to our attention that small segment of players participating in rating battle random matchups online competitions have engaged in the following behavior. They used Pokemon data that cannot be obtained through normal gameplay or used otherwise unauthorized Pokemon data and have unofficially modified certain game data and have not used that data and have used that data in online play. So reading between the lines here, I think Ty is completely right. So what Pokemon is sort of saying here, and now I'm not a Pokemon representative, so I can't, but reading it as a competitive player, what this is saying is that, okay, we've caught people cheating, and this is how we know they were cheating. They were cheating because they had Pokemon that you could not obtain through normal gameplay. So they had a Pentagon Mew, for example. That's not a thing that we should be able to obtain through normal gameplay. And then that's the kind of thing that they're getting at. There's two ways to do that. You can cheat it in, or you can modify the game in a way that Pokemon doesn't appreciate and get it that way. So that I don't know. I think that I have to agree with Ty a little bit here that Pokemon is definitely going on that side where it's like, okay, we understand they know that these things exist, but they're kind of bowing down a little bit in saying, this is what's going to get you banned. Okay, we understand if you can create this Pokemon legally. If you could breed this 6IV Pokemon, go for it. If you want a 6IV Venusaur, do it. Avos, have at it. Do your 6IV Venusaur, give it Earthquake, you dummy. Like, they don't care about that. But, if you're bringing in a 6IV Landorus and you accidentally give it close combat instead of superpower, then, I think that's the big thing that they're looking at.
you guys ever heard the saying that it's like if they were completely accurate with drug testing in the Tour de France, then the winner would be like 30-something place.
Oh, they actually did that kind of thing with old results.
Yeah,
there are actually some that have been doled out that far. Like they went back and tested the samples again.
Yeah, but you know that saying, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, it's kind of I feel like it's kind of the same thing with like VGC Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
If they did proper, accurate testing on the Pokemon,
Yeah.
first place probably wouldn't even be at that stadium.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't know. I'm totally okay with it. I don't think that it really makes a difference. I still like the fact that we have these available because I like the fact that something like a hidden power ice, I don't know, Zapdos is possible. I like the idea that you have to consider these threats.
It's a necessary evil.
Yeah. I don't know.
All
right. Do we have anything to go back to Amiibos?
Yeah.
Is there anything?
I hate Amiibos.
I like them. I just wish you could actually find half of them.
What would it take for you to like Amiibos?
Given to me all for free. Like, it's unnecessary money spent. So, and I don't see a purpose of it because I play Pokemon, and the Wii U's used for Netflix.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you're just absolutely against it. There's nothing that.
For what? Like, okay, so what? If there was character customization.
Okay, maybe even
like,
not just for you. What would you do? What do you think would make a Pokemon Amiibo reasonable for anybody to purchase?
Nothing. Like unless it's like the Amiibo actually had something to do with like the new Zelda game that's going to come out like in like 20 years from now, then hey, I'll get some Amiibos. But it's probably not.
And that's
All right, I think we've
that's
exhausted that
yeah.
topic.
Thanks, Will.
Bottom line, Amiibos, they can't make anything that is necessary to finish the game with Amiibos because that kind of defeats the point of a video game.
Right.
If you're having to buy it, that defeats Nintendo's philosophy. If you're having to buy extra stuff to finish the game normally, so all Amiibos are ever gonna do are just little side tidbits, and honestly, that's not gonna be enough for a lot of consumers.
Seems reasonable. All right. Well, I think that it's time to go on to the YouTube thing.
Hooray!
And then, just as a reminder, because I don't have, Will has put in that he wants to be called for this chat. So
Yes, I'm in. No,
Will, you're in. But anyway, if anybody wants to call in, if you guys are in the live stream, !call in, and you should be able to fill out a form, and we'll be able to call you. If you'd like to ask us a question, even just to say something, that's something that you can do. So there you go. So, Will, you have suggested this YouTube channel. Do you have a particular video that you would like us to highlight from Baz Anderson?
Baz Anderson is probably like the most underrated YouTuber. He's from across the pond. He's unique. He's not like your typical US like VGC player, whereas like there's bulk involved. There's very little bulk. He plays with straight up skill. Like he was the guy that invented the Breloom Leopard combination in VGC, which is a pain in the dick if you ever had to battle it. Because fake out sport is always fun. He's won several regionals over in Europe, and I'm a sucker for English accents. I really am.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Let me see.
Let's fast forward this video. This video actually comes from Baz Anderson, so I've got a Baz Anderson video.
And he's
playing.
Low quality, but he does.
It is low quality, but I mean his overlay is pretty nice. He does all right with that. It's a clean overlay, which I don't have highlighted here. I've just got it zoomed in on the actual battle video, and you can tell that it's an overhead cam. But I mean that's how I started, so no complaints there. But I mean I think it's about the quality of the battles, not necessarily the quality of the battles, the quality of the commentary, not necessarily the quality of the video.
Yeah, and also like he does like little things like optimizing EV spreads and like stuff like that. Like he does like recaps of his, like the regionals he goes to, and he does like team building videos. So it's kind of like cool. Like it helps people, especially like newer people, learn, and even like more experienced people. Like it gives you ideas,
right?
Because that's always good to have. Like I don't know. I feel like Cybertron just like, I'm not bashing him, but like he bites other people's teams. Like he literally borrows like their complete team, like runs with it for a week on Battle Spot. Doesn't give any like say how do you really run it. He just runs it his way, which generally works because it's damn near like one of the best in America. But it's not like he's sitting there like, hey, this is garbage. Like no, he tries a whole bunch of different crap. Like he tried like Paris Trap. He had a wide guard Paris or whatever it's called.
Wide guard Paris, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. And I'm looking at his team. The team that he's got for this one is Raichu, Mega Aerodactyl, Blaziken, which had a Life Orb, Azumarill, Aegislash, and Breloom. We've got Mega Aerodactyl and Breloom on screen, and they're lined up against a Terrakion and a Thundurus. But, I mean, it seems like pretty creative teams. I don't know. What else? What else, Will? Tell us more.
He's like the best UK player. Granted, he didn't make Worlds this year because he fucking tilted like hell, but it's all good. He also, like I said, he has recaps of the videos from the actual tournaments. He needs better, quality, but he's good for what he is, and he's a small YouTube channel.
Yeah. And right now he's got about 2,000 subs, but I mean, honestly, I think the guy deserves more. Again, with the low quality, it's not it's not a huge detractor for me.
And he's the mod in Showdown VGC chat if that matters to anybody.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ty, Ludi, what do you think about quality?
Well, when you're talking about a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer, there's two kinds of qualities.
Mm-hmm.
The quality of their content and the quality of their camera.
Right.
I think it's the first one that really matters.
Which is relevant since your quality is terrible today. Also, because we are now almost at 90,000 frames dropped for just this.
Well, I mean, it's like we all kind of came in. We all kind of came into this group watching the Douglas TV and the Avos 5.
Yeah.
And both of you guys
overhead cams
started off with webcam setups.
Yep.
So it's like, obviously none of us really care, because if we cared that much, we wouldn't have stayed around and watched your guys' streams.
That's fair. That's fair. Ludi, what do you think?
I think that entertaining commentary and good gameplay to an extent,
right?
And then acceptable quality.
Yep.
So I think what makes success on Twitch or YouTube is your commentary and your knowledge, or just your entertainment value, has to be really high. Then your gameplay quality has to be reasonably high. And then, because look at someone like Shofu.
Yeah. Shofu
does really well because he entertains people, and he's decent at the games he plays. He's not amazing, but he's decent.
He's a little better than decent.
I would say at this point he's a very competent Smash player, and he is good at Pokemon.
He knows,
not great.
He has heard of Landorus Therian. That makes him decent at Pokemon.
But for an example, and Shofu also has very good picture quality, but that's not important.
Right.
But
I mean, somebody I think another good example is somebody like Shady Penguin. Shady Penguin is an extremely entertaining person to watch, but isn't always. He's not a top tier player by any means. He's good. He's good enough to understand what's going on, but I mean, he's not going to be on the same level as somebody like Aaron Zhang, where Aaron Zhang is actually a world class player. And can be entertaining, but I think most people watch him for his informative side, not his entertainment side. But
which I don't think it really is. No, I don't think there's really anybody that comes to mind that really has both of those qualities. Who is entertaining enough to run a YouTube or a Twitch channel and be considered world class at whatever game they're playing.
Yeah,
maybe in the StarCraft or the Dota communities, there's players like that, but not in the Smash or the Pokemon community.
Yeah.
Well, Zero's. I think Zero's funny from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Zero does not. My biggest problem with Zero now is now that he's traveling all over the place and going to tournaments, he doesn't care about his YouTube channel or anything or his Twitch. He throws up this is what Zero does. He throws up a video 3 times a week that has a clickbait title and subpar analysis. What he does, so people will be complaining to him about Luigi, so he'll throw up a video that says, "How do you beat Luigi?" And his video analysis is, "Play a top tier character." It's just like, well, thanks, Zero. And then the other one he did the other day was, "Is Mewtwo really that bad?" And this one sent me over the top. It's like the video was, "Is Mewtwo really that bad?" And he sat there and he analyzed Mewtwo for a minute, and then at the end of the video he said, yes, he is.
Which, basically, the way Zero analyzes here is a...
But he's an elitist person now at this point, especially.
Yeah, because he's pretty much...
But I thought, from what I saw earlier on, he was actually more in depth and everything. He was more fun. Even when he did shit with Mewtwo King, that was fun to watch. But then, I guess, because I haven't watched it in a while because I don't want to play Smash at all. It's I guess, that happens. It's kind of like Shofu, when he got bored of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that Zero is bored of Smash. It's that he's, 43, 44 and 0 in tournaments right now, and all he does is travel to go to tournaments. The only reason he even puts content on his YouTube anymore is for money. Like, he doesn't have time to go in depth. The only reason he does it is to keep a following and to keep his money coming in from YouTube.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Will, on the scale, we can see that.
Right, Alex DeGloza is probably the next best thing to like close to that, because Alex DeGloza, he's won the U.S. Nationals, and he's moderately entertaining. He's a little like soft from liking. Like I like more like of a like the magnitude attitude, like where it's like, man, F this game, and just flip the table. I prefer that. I like the raging. Like I like when Shady Penguin used to rage. That was fun. Cause like when he was like still learning, like cause you know that learning curve in Pokemon that pisses us all off.
Yeah.
Like we all got mad, we all got angry, we all rage quit. Like he didn't do that, but he got angry. You saw like him being pissed off. Like, and that's what I loved about Magnitude, because he'd be like, "There's a crunch," and call it. I mean, and he'll call it what it is, and I appreciated that. Like Alex DeGloza is like close to that. Yeah. Like you see the frustration, you hear the frustration, but he's not a hard like. It's probably because he's from California and he's more of a softer dude.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, they're not the most like angry people in the world. They're so laid back. But I think that's like the closest you're gonna get to that, at least in the YouTube community that plays Pokemon.
So putting it on a scale of entertaining and informative, where do you think that Baz Anderson's strong suits are? Because obviously, looking at this, we can already tell that quality is not there, but that's okay. That takes time. Where do you put him on an entertainment scale, and then where do you put him on an informative? Because obviously he's got to be a little informative if he's at a top level.
Well, he's like 10 in informative. Entertainment is like depends on what he's doing. Like if it's like the team review, it's kind of boring, but it's very informative.
Right.
If it's like he's on call one of his buddies like on Showdown, it can be hilarious. You know what I mean? Like maybe like a 6, 7.
A reasonably funny.
See,
yeah,
I think
it's not.
I think success stems from about an 8 or a 9, 7 through 9 in entertainment, and then informative. I would say probably 7 is reasonable, 6 or 7, and then quality, I would say 5 or 6 is reasonable.
Yeah.
I think part of success also is not being part of the Pokemon community at this point. Because let's be honest, the Pokemon community's kind of fallen a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
I agree.
I think it's fallen on Twitch specifically, but when you look at the numbers that something like the tournaments, the big main tournaments bring in, it's a lot. When you look at, let's say, Reddit, I'm going to look it up right now, reddit.com/r/Pokemon. How many? They've got 454,000 people that are part of that subreddit. Now, granted, it's Sunday afternoon, and there's only 1,000 people on right now, but that's still almost 500,000 people that follow that. Let's go with Dota 2. Dota 2 is pretty big. It's a pretty popular game, pretty well streamed, pretty well viewed. One of the biggest games on Twitch. Only 242,000 people on Reddit.
You're talking about Dota 2, right?
Yeah.
There was a story last night on ESPN about Dota 2. The Dota 2 tournament that's happening, right now, I think. If it's not right now, it's like happening very soon. It's the second highest money pot in sports for this year, second only to the World Series Poker Tour. Yeah.
So now I guess this could bring us back to another thing, vaguely related to Twitch and everything else. I'm gonna call it what it is. There's nobody in the call-in list, so we're just gonna skip that today. We're obviously gonna have to get a little bit bigger for that. Yeah. But I mean, looking at the fact that the Pokemon subreddit has more subscribers than Minecraft, that blows my mind. Minecraft is huge on the internet, but Pokemon has more people subscribe to that subreddit than Minecraft does.
Yeah, you guys see too, like dudes like John Carr, whatever, to have a Paramingo, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That dude, that douchey like Spanish guy. Yeah, that like he makes bank off Pokemon still.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not the biggest deal. Like, Pokeaim's making money right now doing Pokemon.
Right.
He's not the most entertaining guy. I think he's a lot more entertaining when he does shit with like other people, by all means. But when he's by himself, I think he's informative for the singles meta.
Yeah.
Oh my god, those Hita Fajita videos.
They're hilarious. Like
They're fucking fantastic.
I watch every
love
Hita
them.
Fajita thing just because like they're so funny, because it's like it's randomness and it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because you hear like, what the hell is this set? And you're like, yeah, I like, and he finds a way to win, and it's cool, and it's at a high level of Pokemon. Granted, it's singles and showdown, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Like, that's good content. It's good quality. It's not informative at that point because it's bullshit sets. But
so I'm looking through subreddits. The only specific game subreddit that I can see that's above Pokemon appears to be League of Legends,
Which is giveaway. That's obvious.
Right. So League of
You're
Legends.
not going to beat League of Legends online. You're not going to.
But anyway, that said, Pokemon's got a huge following. So again, the video that we're highlighting here is Baz Anderson. You should check him out on YouTube. He's only got 2,000 subscribers, and honestly, just based on what Will says, I trust Will quite a bit. I mean, Baz Anderson's got a lot of creative sets. We hear a lot about Baz Anderson in tournaments and stuff. Just crazy sets that he'll do, crazy sets that he'll run, and everything else. If you guys haven't checked him out, highly suggest Baz Anderson on YouTube. That's who we're highlighting this week. So going back to Twitch, YouTube, Pokemon, how do you think that we get better viewership on Twitch? Because I mean, when somebody like Shofu decides that they want to stream, Shofu gets decent viewership. Somebody like Shady Penguin will get decent viewership. Cybertron will get decent viewership. But when you look at Pokemon in general, they've only got 3,000 to 6,000 people on Twitch. Do you think that's what's hurting the fact that, I mean, shiny hunters are the only thing that's there? I mean, is it just a lack of content? Is it a lack of money in it?
It's difficulty.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, like the thing is, like what you and Jerry used to do, like have like the open like battle list.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. Like that worked. But like you have shiny hunters now. You have like, all right, fine, I'll battle like 2 people and then I'll bitch and rage quit. Like those guys aren't the fun guys that like to say. Like remember when we used to like troll on a Skype call and go to like different people's thing and like just go to their battle list, wait our time, and we'll mollywop the hell out of them.
Yeah.
Just to prove a point. Like that was fun. And like, but now there's nobody out there that's like, yeah, I'm just gonna play Battle Spot like you, Avos. But but you know, it's like we gotta play it smart. Like they gotta play it smart. They gotta be creative. They gotta be funny. Like you see, like dudes like PK Sparks, Pokeaim, like when they go to YouTube, like when they come on Twitch, they have a couple thousand people. When Hayden comes on, they have a couple thousand. Like yeah, like they'll do it like via Raw or whatever, but at least you're getting something out of them because it's fun to watch, because they're actually putting something out there for you that's not like shiny hunting.
Yeah.
Another thing. Go ahead.
I think that viewer interaction is the 100% key to developing a following.
Yeah.
Because how many people do you see that come on Twitch because they want to play the game with somebody bigger than, like somebody more well-known than themselves? They want to like hop on a stream, get on a viewer battle list, even in Smash, like that's a thing. Like people want to get on Twitch just to like go on this channel of this player that they like and maybe get a chance to play them. That would be like a huge moment for them. But I think that I lost my train of thought, but viewer interaction is just like you want to feel like you're a part of the stream. I think that's what makes Twitch so special.
Yeah. So I mean, does that mean that Pokemon kind of caters itself to Twitch streaming? I mean, because YouTube's a totally different world, right? We don't have that live viewer interaction. But Pokemon's still pretty big on YouTube.
I think that Pokemon is more difficult than a game like Smash just for the aspect that the matches can be up to an hour long.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't know how long you're going to be playing somebody. Whereas in a game like Smash, a game is like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So you're gonna you can play a full 3 game set with somebody and like enjoy it, and it's only like 5 minutes, and you can blow through people quickly. With
Yeah.
Pokemon, it's a little more difficult because you have to add everybody individually and just like set up these battles, and they could go forever. So.
And that kind of goes back to the whole debate about Twitch versus YouTube and then shiny hunters versus actual battlers on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the reason there's so many shiny hunters is that shiny hunting's easy. It's basically it's kind of comparable to playing Minecraft, where it's just you kind of just sit down, put some relaxing music on, and just kind of go mind numbing into it. And then people watch that because they can kind of just sit in the chat, talk to people, and just have a relaxing time. Whereas mainly the people we see doing actual singles battles, doubles battles are people on YouTube who are streaming their matches so they can get matches to put on YouTube and make the YouTube money as opposed to the Twitch money.
Yeah.
Which it's kind of hard for smaller streamers to actually get started in that because it's honestly exhausting to go through singles battles on Twitch and just try to keep pumping them out because those battles do last half an hour to an hour sometimes. And then it's like you finish one, you're exhausted, and you just have to go straight to the next one. That's hard to do.
Yeah. So, looking at the tournament side of things, what do you think it'll take to get more viewership to Pokemon tournaments? What do you think it'll take? Because
I think the actual tournaments via Pokemon are very well like advertised via guys like Scott Agloza, not Scott Agloza, Scott Glaza and Shady Penguin, who are actually doing the announcements. And because they actually do have like well-known faces like Justin Flynn, Shady Penguin, and stuff like that, it helps them a lot because, you know, as they're faces of Nintendo, they play the Nintendo games, and you know they're popular, you know, YouTuber / Twitch guys. So
yeah,
and on top of that, like Nationals had what, like 10,000 plus people just in the Pokemon thing, and then like 50, 60 more, like 1,000 more in like the Nugget Bridge room.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like when stuff like that happens, it's like people watch. Like when PCs are happening in New York, they're getting like 1,000 plus viewers. So it's like I don't think like it's a small thing. I think it's just it matters like if it's advertised or not. Like the community Nugget Bridge, they know what's going on Twitch, and on top of that, you know, Nugget Bridge has a little thing where they have like all the live streams going on.
Yeah.
So I think that's beneficial. Like it also depends like how informed you are, like what's going on. Like it's not like us where it's like we'll get like the phone update or like some like random dude like I don't know like Hayden pops on. I won't know he's on until like I'm like scrolling through Twitch.
Yeah.
So
do you think that it would benefit the community to have more tournaments live streamed?
I think it would. I think one thing that would really help would be to have more tournament categories.
Yeah.
Like, get on it, make a 6v6 singles tournament meta.
Make a Smogon OU tournament?
Seriously.
Or do you think, or would you want like VGC singles?
VGC singles, I mean, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Smogon has a doubles meta. I'm pretty sure it's fairly similar, maybe, to VGC. I don't really know.
Doubles and Smogon doubles is a little weird.
It's a little weird. Okay.
Yeah. But
if VGC made a singles meta, I think that would help a lot because it's singles.
They do, but it's like a side event. It's kind of like they have like the team battle, like it's like VGC pretty much, but like it's like a team thing.
Yeah, but it would just it's a lot easier for people to get into singles than it is to doubles, honestly.
Yeah, I agree with that for the most part because singles, it's the nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's also what you do in the actual game itself. I think that if Pokemon changed the way that you did the story mode to where you're battling gym leaders in doubles, you're battling the Elite Four in doubles, you're battling actual trainers in doubles instead of like a side event, because you get what, 3 doubles battles in the entire game, so they don't even do a good job of introducing that to you. So I mean, how do we get more people into?
But I think because the singles game is so, you can't, like, there has to be like some type of like, I get why Smogon does what they do now,
Right.
because like you can't have like a Mega Kangaskhan against like a Clefairy, like it's not
Right.
going to work out too well. Like I get that, I see that work, like I see that happening, because like, you know, in doubles, like you could run a Clefairy and it's very viable,
Right.
but in singles you can't.
Yeah.
Like you can't, like in singles, like doubles you have more leeway, and things that we consider threats in the singles metagame isn't really a threat.
Yeah.
Like, it's annoying, not a threat.
How often do you think that Nintendo would have to update it to make it so that you could have a viable singles metagame?
It'd be a
Like,
mess. It'd be a mess for a long time, because
Yeah.
they wouldn't do the obvious thing, which is to basically adopt Smogon into themselves.
Right.
They'd start off fresh with no bans. Well, they'd start off with like no legendary ban.
Right.
And then it'd be a mess for a while they had to ban certain Pokemons, like Smogon had to.
Yeah.
But then give it like a year or two, and I think it'd be pretty solid.
All right.
Or just like cut down the time limit. Like if you cut down the time limit to 15 minutes and like the turns to like 15 seconds, I think that'll be so much better. At least for like if they were to do like a 6v6.
Yeah.
You cut that shit down, because a lot of dudes just like sit there and like I don't know, to me, like when I'm playing singles, I'm already thinking like 2-3 steps ahead.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting there like, what's he going to do now? Like 35 seconds goes by, I'm like, what the hell? This is annoying.
Yeah.
That's what I hated about like doubles, because singles, because you're sitting there like, I don't want to play this shit no more. I've been here for 35 minutes and I know I'm guilty as hell of doing that, but at least I make my turns quick.
Yeah. No, and so I guess, I don't know. I'm with you, Ty. I think that having multiple different types of events makes sense, because you have something like a Smash tournament where you've got your singles one-on-one, and then you've got your team tournaments. And I think that your team tournaments definitely help out, because you've got your more casual players that are like, okay, you know what? I'm going to play a 2v2 tournament, and I'm going to have fun with it, and I'm going to take it reasonably seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that it's going to be quite up to the competitive, the world-class type of competition in doubles, because it's not really balanced for that. But I don't know. I think that the way that they balanced, and I think we've all said this before, is that the way that they're balancing Pokemon right now is for the doubles metagame. It's unfortunate that a Pokemon like Beedrill had to get a Mega and then not be viable in VGC. But I don't know. I think they'd struggle to balance it for both. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but at that point, do you just kind of ignore it? I mean, how centralized does a metagame have to be before Pokemon would come in, as opposed to Smogon coming in relatively? I mean, they update basically monthly, don't they?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. All right. Well, I think we've been doing this for long enough. I think it's time to wrap up. So.
Good call. Good call.
We've been going, for about 3 hours now?
Something like that, yeah. And I think
2:55.
we're starting to hit the end of it.
Yep.
Yep. All right. So let's go around. Where can we find you? And what do you want people to know about you? Ty, since you're loading, we'll get to you last. Ludi, let's start with you.
Okay. I am Michigan State's Fraud Squad's own Ludi, fully known as Ludi Loco. You can find me on YouTube at Ludi Loco. I have some Smash stuff. I haven't done. I haven't uploaded much in a while, but mostly play Smash and Pokemon. And if anything involved with these guys, you can usually find me closely affiliated.
All right, Will, how about you?
I'm Will. You can find me on Twitter, King_Will_53. Eventually, I'm gonna be on YouTube because I'm just too lazy and I don't have the money for the capture card. But if you want to donate, hit the donate button at the bottom of the screen.
Yes, if you would like to donate to the King Will Capture Card Fund, just hit the link. It's, I mean, anybody that's on any other channel, it's going to be a little tougher for you. But on my Twitch channel, there's a nice little donate link. All proceeds from that will go toward Will getting a capture card.
Hey.
It'll be a new 3DS capture card. That's what we're looking at. So, all right, Ty, how about you?
All right, so my name's Ty. I go under the alias of the Gray Ty, on that with an A, not with an E, because some people spell gray with an E. That's weird to me. But yeah, not really. I don't have a YouTube channel. Got a Twitter and a Twitch under those names. So I haven't used the Twitch in about a year and a half now though. So maybe I'll get back into it. I don't know, but
Awesome.
It's there. It's there if you want it.
All right. Well, as far as me, you could probably just Google Avos 5. That might be easier. Just a humble brag.
But not the
humble
brag.
DeviantArt.
Humble
Humble
brag.
brag.
The DeviantArt page is not yours.
No, it's the Roblox. I don't know. Let's hold on. Avos 5. I don't know. AVOS 5. I'm on DeviantArt right now, and there's no results for Avos 5 on DeviantArt. So maybe whatever. That makes it true. So anyway, twitch.tv/Avos5, youtube.com/Avos5, twitter.com/Avos5. It's pretty much all Avos 5. So with that, we'll be back next week. This will be uploaded on other places too. But at that point, have fun, everybody. Thank you guys for joining me. Ludi, Will, Ty, thank you all for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
It was fun chatting with
Adios,
you guys.
everybody.
Have a good night.